Yeah, 3 objectives in today's lesson. The first one is, as ever, the continuation of the studies we've been doing up to now. You've been practicing?
Oh, yes.
Good, okay.
You don't even need to ask me that question,
I just thought
Terry.
I'd check. So, developing further our understanding of quarter notes and eighth notes,
yes,
and using them to build rock grooves. So that's the rhythmic side of it. We're going to learn some new notes today.
Excellent, new notes. We've got 4 notes in our bag already.
Yeah, and so far we've learned to play a lot, and we've only been using 2 strings. So the objective, the second objective in today's lesson, lesson 6, is introducing the D string and the G string.
Excellent, excellent. What else?
The final objective in today's lesson, although I might have a little secret one saved up for the second half of the lesson,
something
which I'm not going to
tucked
tell
up
anyone
your
about.
sleeve.
It's a big surprise. Is developing our control of string crossing. So in the past, in earlier lessons, we crossed from the 4th string, the E string, to the 3rd string, the A string.
Yes.
Now we're going to extend that and develop that even further by crossing to the new strings that we're learning. So today, big issue is learning D and G strings and notes on those strings.
So inevitably we're going to be crossing from the 4th to the 1st.
Yes, from the 4th to the 3rd, certainly.
Yeah.
See how far we get.
It's a jump.
It's a big jump.
Let's
string
jump.
crossing.
Let's dive in.
Good. Yeah, let's just remind everybody of what we've done so far,
Okay,
briefly.
I'll pick up the guitar.
And remind everyone of the techniques and the control that we've got. We've got first finger of the picking hand, second finger of the picking hand, and we use that for alternating when we're playing 8th notes. In the left hand, in the fretting hand, so far we've been using the 4th finger and the 1st finger. And the 4th finger's been playing on the 5th fret, and the 1st finger's been playing on the 3rd fret.
Yeah.
None of that is going to change. That's all going to be the same,
right,
except we're going to cross to these new strings.
Okay, so we're staying in this area of the neck.
Staying in the same position, which we talked about a lot in the latter part of lesson 5, being secure and grounded and anchored here, and then just playing across the bass, across the strings, crossing the strings, and trying to use a mixture of notes and rhythms to create some interesting bass grooves.
Excellent. Lovely. Crack on, come on,
okay.
I can't wait.
You're excited.
I am.
Often when you buy a book, you know, they show you about the E string, and then they show you about the A string, and then they show you about the D and the G string. And there's quite a lot of information to absorb before you can actually get playing any things. What we're trying to do here at Gigajam is cut to the chase, is say, of course you need to know that stuff, but we'll pick a lot of that up as we go along.
Yeah.
The main thing is to get playing, having some fun, making some music, jamming with the Gigajam virtual band, maybe jamming with your friends, you know.
I love it. I love it.
We've already learned, which notes have we learned? We've learned A
and G,
G and D
and C.
And C. So we're going to learn another G.
Another G?
Yeah, the G we learnt to play was at the 3rd fret of the 4th string, the 3rd fret of the E string.
Yeah.
There's a G, in fact there are lots of Gs on this bass. The one we're going to look at now is one on the D string.
Okay.
So there's the D string.
D string is not the thinnest one, but the one next to the thinnest one.
Yeah, it's called the 2nd string. It's the
second string,
the D string. So if you use your 4th finger,
my little finger, yeah,
on that string,
yeah,
guess which fret?
5th.
5th fret. You knew that was coming. So
I
it's
knew
as
it.
easy as that. And that is another G. That's a G. It's got the same name, but it's probably got a slightly different sound because obviously we've crossed 2 strings. It's higher.
Can I hear the difference?
Yeah. Here comes our old favourite G.
Yeah. That was on the 3rd, on the 1st string.
Thank you. I'm using the 1st finger.
4th string, my apologies.
Now if I use my 4th finger on this new string to us, this D string,
the 2nd string, yeah.
So there's the low one, and here's the high one. So I'm just going to practice that a bit, because that's quite hard.
Yeah, going from the 4th string up to the 2nd string.
Yeah, I'm not worried about any rhythm or any kind of action like that. I'm not worried about a groove. I'm just locating the notes, just finding the notes, making sure I've played the right notes, and make sure I can actually execute them comfortably with good left-hand finger control. Good, that looks great.
I'm just sort of demonstrating for the right-handed
It looks good.
viewers.
Yeah, that looks great.
Okay. I mean, this finger control is essential, isn't it? And it's building on from the lessons that we're doing in 4 and 5.
And we're stepping through it very carefully. You know, we did finger control with 1 finger, and then we did in earlier lessons, and then we did finger control with 2 fingers, and then we did some string crossing, and we're just expanding and extending and developing that further each time we show up for Gigajam lessons.
Yeah, exactly. Little steps all the way.
Yeah, it's good.
All right.
So there's our G. If you scroll down, as ever, the Gigajam stuff's very carefully written. There's the neck. There's an explanation. And if you keep going there, that's what I wanted to look at. There's a nice picture there of the neck.
With the dot.
With a dot on, so you couldn't possibly make a mistake. You can see that little red dot there, which you're flagging up for everybody. Thank you very much.
Lovely. So I imagine it being Gigajam, we've got an exercise to show.
We've got an exercise, we've got a video clip, so perhaps if you could dial that up if you're not too busy.
Never too busy for you, Terry.
Thank you. Please.
Pushing there on the first icon, coming into the Gigajam video clip.
Here it comes, so he will show us playing this high G on its own.
This is the high, just on its own?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're showing positioning there of where it is, and talk us through the positioning.
He's using his fourth finger, his little finger, on the 5th fret of the D string.
The 2nd string.
So he plays 1 bar of quarter notes, and then 1 bar of 8th notes.
And obviously important, as we've learnt in the other exercises, the little finger might not have as much strength in it, but you've really got to push that string down. Yeah,
good observation, very good. I forgot to play 8th notes then. So what I'll probably do is keep my other fingers around. If you look at my fingers, they're all there supporting my little finger.
I remember us mentioning that, because that doesn't affect the sound of the string, it just keeps them. And also, I suppose another good point to note is that it's not touching the other strings, because then we get unwanted noise.
Yeah, we're just concentrating on this 2nd string, the D string. We're playing a G note. Mustn't get confused about our musical alphabet here. We're playing the D string, but we're playing the G note.
Okay. All right, well, let's play along with the Gigajam band. This is exercise 1.
Thank you. I'm kind of already going. Maybe they'll catch me up.
And this is the high G. We know another G.
We know a low one, but at the moment we're just focusing on this new knowledge we've acquired, which is this high G on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, the 5th fret of the D string. Here it comes.
So starting with your quarter notes first of all.
So no change for the picking hand.
No.
Quarter notes, and then...
And when you're doing this exercise, it doesn't matter on the quarter notes if you're doing the alternate fingers or just the
I'll play it a variety of ways, maybe.
How you want to play it.
Yeah, and what I might do in order to develop my control is deliberately change it.
Ah, that's an interesting...
Just to give myself a workout.
Yeah, that's not what this exercise is about, but you can exercise other bits of your fingers and your brain.
Yeah, get more mileage out of it. So I'm leading with 2 there, just for fun.
Yeah, I mean, we've got these skills here, we can adapt them, we can use them in all the other exercises and really, like, get your mileage out of it, I suppose.
Get some mileage out. So whilst I know that this is nice and comfortable here, I'm maybe going to go and work on my right hand finger technique.
Fantastic, good job there, Terry.
So we're just playing exercise 1, which is G on the D string, which is the 2nd string. So that's the new activity today, the new knowledge for us to focus on.
Yeah, I've got that one.
Good.
All right, so you talked about string crossing earlier on.
Yeah, we got to this point because we said that so far we'd only, in the lessons of Gigajam, essential bass skills, we'd only used the 2 strings, the E string, the 4th string, and the A string, the 3rd string. So we need to extend that and develop our knowledge even further. So we knew that there was a G there, and we found that there was also a G there. So the next exercise helps us to practice that and develop our technique and our finger control and fluency even further by putting both those Gs, the low G and the high G, together in one exercise.
Fab. Okay, so we can also compare the sound on this as well.
Yeah, we did that just now. Here it comes again. There's the low G, which is the 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. And there's the higher G with the 4th finger on the 5th fret, a lot of numbers here, on the 2nd string. G and G. If
you just move your fingers down, then we can get a shot of that on your guitar.
Yeah, just move my fingers out of the way. That's not how my hand usually looks, honest, but just for demonstration purposes.
I can't even do that with my hand, but then...
Happy to see that. Well,
there we go, I've got our new G there with my little finger.
Yeah. So this exercise is a low G, followed by a high G. A low G followed by a high G.
Right.
First finger again followed by the fourth finger. The difficulty is crossing strings, so we're not using that A string, the third string at all. It's just the fourth string and the second string. So if I play that, are you going to put the extractor up?
You
were there. I didn't even need to ask.
Right, Terry, talk me through that.
So I'm playing G.
You're alternating on each quarter note there.
I'm playing G again. So there's this kind of rocking motion, yeah?
Crossing over those strings, and then also you've got your control with your picking hand as well.
Yeah, so you've got to actually separate those two fingers and get a bit of space between them.